What I'm about to show you was one of the biggest breakthroughs I ever had in business. And what this is the 7 phases that you will pass through as a business owner to reach the state of fulfillment. And the only way you can reach the state of fulfillment in business is if you pass these various gates on the way to this place. This state of fulfillment can be something like a money fulfillment, meaning you made a lot of money from your business. It could be a lifestyle. It could be many things like that. But essentially, that's what we're talking about in fulfillment. So the first phase you have to pass through is the offer finding phase. The offer finding phase is the phase where you find your value and you align it with a market. So you want to build something, create a product, deliver a service that people want. Then you pass to the next phase. The next phase is public relations or PR, meaning I have to get the general public to be interested enough in my business that they give me a name and a telephone number. Almost like a lead, but not quite a lead yet. Just someone that's interested in my business. And then I can send them marketing from PR. And that's one of the second biggest breakthroughs. Once you start getting into the phase where you've got a lot of people every week that want to speak to you, then you'll never look back. That then generates the next phase that you want to pass through, which is the financial phase. And essentially what we want to do here is profit planning. Because if you don't have profit, you don't have anything. The second thing you want to do is marketing allocations. Because if you don't allocate money to marketing, how will you grow your business? And then finally, I want to allocate money to reserves. All right. The next phase you have to pass through is volume. Now that you've got a system that's working, you're making profit, you've got marketing, you've got reserves, now you want to create volume. And you want to be able to do this at a higher and higher level. So a super cool way to do this obviously is getting ads and obviously getting people so that you can increase the volume. Sometimes it involves a little bit of systems so that you can scale what you're doing already. Now, once you've passed this gate, then obviously the next problem is organizing. You might not have proper departments in your business, so that once you've got more volume, now it really exposes that problem in your business where you aren't actually making decent progress on the volume because it goes back to sort of the marketing phase. But once you've got departments and staff helping you with this, you'll pass to the next gate, which is tools, the final gate you have to pass. Tools is essentially stuff like stats, SOPs, standard operating procedures, and various other tools that you use to organize and manage this whole system. Because if you don't know how to manage this system, you're going to end up doing the work of all of this. Now, once you reach this point, a state of fulfillment, you don't want to sell this business, you want to keep this business because it's a pleasure to run. Now, I know this is a long video, but I want to cover one more topic. What's the only way you can fail at this? Now, if you look at this graph over here, there's always a start point and an end point. And here's our progress. Now, an amateur business owner and a pro business owner is what we are trying to overcome. So let's say we're starting a business. We go down here, and as we learn more and more and more, we get to a certain point where we're starting to succeed and we're getting closer to the end goal where we've got a state of fulfillment. But guess what? By this point, we're usually exhausted, so we just give up. And this thing just frazzles out. Then we go and we say, but now we're going to start a new business. And maybe you start faster and you get to this point and then you give up. Do you see what I'm showing you here, guys? We're essentially talking about shiny objects. What you want to do is continue all the way to the end on one topic. So get one business and make sure that in whatever business that is, you pass through all of these gates. And then I can guarantee you, you will succeed. I hope this has been helpful for you. Comment below if it has.